Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Hey, welcome to this episode of the Note Closure Show. As always, Scott Carson, excited to be here with you today. And today I want to talk about an event that I really love. It literally has pretty much become the one event that I like to go to. Don't get me wrong, the one conference or the expo that I like to. Don't get me wrong. If you're a new note investor, you're probably, what kind of events can I go to in the note industry? And there are some decent events to go to. But what I'm talking about is not a note investing event, but this event has probably had more impact on my note business in the last 4 years than other conferences. Now, what am I talking about? Well, I'll talk about the event in just a second if you haven't read the title already. But the thing that helps me more than anything else is marketing, whether it's raising capital, it's finding deals, getting investors to call me, getting hedge funds to call me. It comes down to marketing first and foremost. If you want to set yourself apart from the cows that are just showing up and going to workshops and not seeing deals, whether you're just looking at old recycled tapes or old recycled notes off of listing platforms, you got to stand out with the marketing side. And I've gone to Traffic and Conversion Summit, which is the biggest marketing conference in North America, multiple times. I've been in the last few years because they haven't really provided a lot of new fresh stuff. It's become too commercial for the most part, and I don't want to pay $1,500 for a ticket and then $500 a night for per night for hotels. Just doesn't make any sense to me. All right, we might make money, but it doesn't mean I want to spend it all. I'm very frugal when it comes to travel and events because it's just not the hotel ticket. It is everything that goes along with it: Uber, travel, hotels, food, stuff like that. But there's an event where they call kind of the money side of investing and marketing meetings. It's called Fincon. And Fincon's been going around about 10 years now, if not longer. I've attended the last 2 full-time and 3 part-time. I snuck into one here in Austin for a day. But the last 2 events I've attended from start to finish, and I have to tell you, if you're in any type of money, finance, financial advising, real estate investing, a realtor, mortgage broker, insurance, financial advising, the FIRE movement, which is financial independence, retire early, budgeting, paying down debt, all that good stuff. This is the event for you. And yes, note investing, I mean that as well. Now, you don't have to be a content creator with a podcast of millions or a YouTube channel. What you have to realize is there's a lot of people, 2,000, 3,000 people that will show up to this event that have a variety of ways they deliver content. Okay. Maybe it's a newsletter. Maybe it's your social media post. Maybe it's your short form content. Maybe it's long form content. Maybe it's a YouTube channel. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's a video show, whatever. One of the great things about it is so many people from different niches in real estate and investing and finance come together for these 3 days that you can learn a lot of stuff from just attending and from others that are doing things. One of the biggest things I learned is from a guy that's probably about 20 years my junior, and he does a lot of short form content. He does a lot of stuff in buying your first rental property and helping people with that. And he starts off with short form content. We were at a networking event here in Austin for Fincon a few years back. We had to talk in. He asked me if I did any short form content. I said, no, my audience doesn't really listen to it, which is false, which is me being the old dog and needing to learn a new trick. He said, you should really do it. It's like, oh, I don't do it. Well, I said, I went then to Fincon later and sat down, and I started hearing from a lot of other people out there, mortgage brokers, which you wouldn't think that, some realtors and also attorneys and stuff like that in the finance space, talking about how their short form content has helped grow their audience. I was like, okay, I need to go do this. So I started doing my first short form content videos. Was when we were in Atlanta. No, sorry, it was when we were in Orlando. We were out at Disney, and there was Winnie the Pooh walking around. Oh, let me do this. That was kind of funny. But then was talking about what 3 things I learned from not Dave Ramsey, but oh my God, who's the other advocate in the finance space? I can't even think. It's been a long day. But anyway, and I started doing a short form content, a 1 minute long video, and on TikTok. I said, let me embrace TikTok. It's not just popping and locking. All right. But that has helped me more than anything else I can say in the last couple of years. It's helped me stand out. It's helped me grow my audience. It's helped me grow my longer form content, my podcast videos, coaching students, helped me raise capital, attract buyers and sellers. And I've been blown away by that. It's also helped me with my other socials from other people I've learned about of what they're doing to attract people. Now, you're not going to try to do it all, but you can try to throw one line in the water and use one line at a time to better yourself. And that's what we focused on, is figuring out, okay, what's going to work best for me at this event and how can I apply it? Now, FinCon this year is coming up in just over a month, literally a month and 5 days. And the great thing about it, let me pull it up here, is it's taking place in Atlanta. And I'm a huge advocate. I don't get paid anything to promote it. Okay. They should have affiliates. There's things that FinCon could do better to market their event, but they're not listening to me, and that's okay, fine. But a couple of things that I really like is I love the fact that they share who the speakers are, like, ahead of time. So I can start connecting with fellow speakers that I think would be great to be on my podcast, or maybe they have a podcast, we can do a swap. And I've worked that really well, probably over 40 other shows I've been on or had guests on from FinCon alone. Made some great friends in the last 3 years, and really excited about this. The schedule thing is also great ahead of time. I'll probably apply to speak next year. I'm not speaking it. I just go to attend, ladies and gentlemen. I spend a normal ticket price to go to attend. I'm not one of these guys out there that goes to an attend and just sits in the back where you can't talk to either. I like to get elbow up to people and talk with people and learn something new to hone my craft, which you all should be doing on a regular basis. I've met some great real estate investors there that are brand new to kind of the content creation side. Met some very seasoned podcasters, people that I take it with a grain of salt. What are they doing for their business? Is it working when it's not? Like DJ Aloho, a buddy of ours we've had on the Foreclosure Fix, here with his book launch, and I was on his podcast. We've done plenty of swaps. But the great thing more so than anything about FinCon, besides the speaker, the schedules, it's the networking. It's literally the roundtable network that FinCon does that I think they do it better than anybody else. Because we know everybody that's showing up is in the finance space of some sort. So they speak the money language. They speak numbers. They understand things. They may not necessarily understand note investing per se, but they're fix and flippers, wholesalers, investors, other financial professionals that love learning about other things. FinCon, I've gotten onto the bigger podcasts out there too, which is great. Some of those guys have been on my podcast. But the networking, the roundtable networking, is the thing that I found valuable. Last year in Orlando, was it Orlando? Man, it's one of those days. It's just one of those days. It wasn't Orlando. Orlando was great, but it was somewhere else that I'm sure I'll come to my mind of where it was. It was New Orleans. That's where it was. That's why it was so great, New Orleans. I went and spent 3 days at this conference, and Steph went and had some fun. But the point being is, if you go and look at some of the speakers, there's a lot. You got some great authors. You've got some great podcasters. They try to share this out there. It's just, you can learn something on all sorts of hacks. Like my friend Bernadette Joy is the co-host this year, which is really exciting. Chris Hutchins, he's got all the hacks. He's going to be one of the main speakers this year, which is really great. And I really love the fact that I get to speak to a lot of these people. Pretty simple. They're all pretty easily approachable and are just rock stars in what they're doing. And of course, you can go to breakout speakers who have their own sessions versus being on stage. These are really viable sessions to go to. Let's see. Casper Apala, I'm looking forward to him. Carly DeFelice, she is a friend of mine here in Austin. I'm glad she's got her own breakout session, which is really great. She's handling the first timers orientation, which is awesome. Just so many great people. Our buddy Dustin Heiner, we've had on the show. He's speaking this year, which is great. They'll do specific breakouts for like podcasters, specific breakout for real estate investors. Our buddy Joel Saul Sehigh's got his own breakout session, which is great. Who else who's doing some? Katie Simpson is doing a breakout, which I'm excited about. Larry Sprung, Midland Money Mindset, that's great. So what I like about this is they really do swap the speakers up. There's events like Podfest, which are great to go to if you're brand new to podcasting, but it's a lot of the same old speakers over and over again. Traffic Conversion Summit, while it's a great event, is a lot of the same speakers over and over again. And I want some fresh stuff. I don't want to sign up for an event where it's the same old speakers. And that's the thing about the note space. No offense. It just is what it is. You have all these different little smaller conferences. They're a lot of the same speakers. And there's a lot of nuts and bolts about note investing, but there's not a lot of content when it comes to expanding your brand, raising capital, or marketing in the 21st century. And like Roberto Blake here, he's not a real estate investor. He's not even in the finance space. He does a lot with YouTube and videos, but I've learned stuff from him because he has the Awesome Creator Camp Academy. So his session will probably be one of the bigger ones. So look at my buddy Steve Stewart here. He's doing the co-hosting thing with Josal Sehi from the Stacking Benjamins podcast. They've got some great stuff about podcasts, but these are not all the speakers. The point being is, while oftentimes it can be a little bit of a younger crowd in a lot of these places, we've got some folks that have some gray hairs. We've got some older folks here, not just the young bucks, that the 20-something others. These are people that are doing stuff like you and I. They're normal people spreading the word about financial freedom through investing or some other niche. And this event is one of the best you can go to. Now, people ask me, what's the cost to go? Let's see here. If you go to home here and get your pass, they still run a special. It's $420 right now. I don't know when that changes, but that's really what you all need, just a creator pass. It gives you a chance to go. There's plenty of breakout sessions. There's some networking, some dinners that take place each night. And that's really what you need. Okay. You can get access to the recordings for $99. I don't never buy the recordings because it always takes forever to go to. So you pick out one or two. If you go with a partner, go and you divide and conquer. And the great thing is, if I really like a session, I really like a speaker, then I'll reach out and say, hey, would you like to be on my podcast? And that gives me the opportunity to really, pick their brains individually of what they teach, what they talk about. And it's a great way for you guys. You've had a great experience of probably having 35, 40 speakers over the last 2 years who come from the Fincon space. And I just am a huge fan of what they're doing here. We've tried to help out in the past with stuff, but they've got some great, it's just a wealth of information for 3 days that you can't really beat anywhere else. And I love it. And that's why, when I love and endorse something, I'll do it without getting paid, because I want you guys to take advantage. If I can learn so much from it, you could do the same thing too. And if you're interested in note investing or learning how to market, great. There's not a class on note investing in this thing, but there is classes on marketing and expanding your audience and doing a whole variety of things, and what's working well for people out there to grow their audience and attract members. And that's what we're all really trying to do. We're trying to grow our audience. We're all trying to raise capital. We're trying to expand our network to find more deals and stand out from the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. I think we can all agree to that, right? And if you're a little bit of a money nerd, like everybody that shows up there, we're all money nerds. We're in that 1%. And you can see some of the videos on here showing you breakout sessions, areas. If you're different parts of the country, they'll have a breakout session for people there. So it's just a really great way just to find your tribe, your external tribe. And as you know, you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. If you're not happy with the area, maybe you need to find a new tribe. Maybe you need to find 4 or 5 more people, newer people, to hang out that are going to expand your audience, expand your reach. And it doesn't matter whether you're 20 years old or 18 or 80. There's people here of all sorts that can help you really take your business to the next level of all sorts. So if you listen to podcasts besides the Note Closer Show, I'm willing to bet that probably somebody from that real estate podcast is going to be at this event. If not, they're probably missing out a lot. Okay. But it's always new content, new information, and it's just a fun atmosphere for 3 days. And this one, like I said, is taking place October 23rd to the 26th in Atlanta. You can get signed up and find out where it's at. But if you look at some of the sponsors alone, there's so many booths. It's got a great expo center. Walking around those booths, not only going to walk away with a ton of swag, but you're going to pick up some vendors and maybe some affiliate relationships, maybe some great freebies or things you can use in your own day in, day out life. They've got a lot of financial sponsors, people that support finance. Just a great role of so many amazing people. You got Liz Fairclough from the Real Estate Investor podcast is going to be there, and a few others out there. So maybe this is a little bit of man love or man crushing on the event. But Jessica, who I can't think of Jessica's last name now. Don't do the podcast episode recording at the end of the day, Scott. Do it at the beginning of the day. But she's done a great job building this up. If you're going to be or near Atlanta, this is worth going to. And you guys, I don't tell you an event unless it's truly worthwhile. This is an event you will not want to miss out on. So check it out. Go to finconexpo.com. That's finconexpo.com. Get signed up. Grab you a ticket while you can still get that discount code. It's still like, 20% off or 15% off. But instead of paying 30%, instead of paying $5.99, you can pick it up for $4.20. And that's no type of discount towards getting high. Okay. No weed reference at $4.20. But come on out to Atlanta. We'll hopefully have a good time. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you there at the finconexpo.com. Finconexpo.com. I'll probably submit a thing to speak next year. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe I'll just like to be incognito and just enjoy myself in the audience. So go out there. Like they say, they have so many things, hiring and managing team members too. If you're looking to scale, diversifying your revenue streams, constantly producing through thought-provoking content, maintain balance to avoid burnout. There's so many topics there. Leveraging social media, choosing the right platform, ensuring your content is accurate and high quality, diversifying it, marketing via advanced SEO, ads, and emails. There's just so much content out there. So if you want to come and be a money nerd and unite with fellow money nerds, we'll hopefully see you at FinCon 2024 in Atlanta. All right. So check it out. I'll put the link to the website in the description below here. So click on it and we'll hopefully see you in Atlanta. Otherwise, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you at the top.